Chosen one, what you're about to hear may challenge everything you thought you knew about yourself. If this message has reached you, it isn't coincidence. Something in your life is shifting so powerfully that it feels as though ancient stories, timeless symbols, and forgotten histories have been echoing your transformation long before you could see it. You've sensed changes ahead of time, recognized moments before they arrived, and watched your insights unfold into reality. Your intuition and timing have aligned so precisely that past cultures would have described this level of awareness in the language of gods. But what you're experiencing is a profound human awakening, a transformation that previous generations could only express through myth and legend. Before we go deeper into this message, pause for a moment and do three things. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 11. This simple action sets your intention, aligns your focus, and signals that you're ready to step into the next stage of your growth. Now understand this: your recent decisions, insights, and breakthroughs mirror the symbolic journeys found in ancient texts, not because you are becoming something supernatural, but because you are stepping into a level of clarity, strength, and transformation that past civilizations described with divine imagery. Even scholars of history and spirituality would recognize the pattern. And in your own life, mentors, leaders, and influential figures sense it too. They see the rise, the shift, the evolution. You are becoming the next one, not through prophecy, but through the undeniable force of your own becoming. From the moment you stepped into this world, something shifted in the cosmic order. The air seems charged around you, whispers of destiny brushing past every soul who crosses your path. You do not simply live, you emerge, and the universe bends subtly to acknowledge your presence. History has been watching, waiting for the one who would transcend human understanding. And now it stares in awe. Every instinct, every vision you've carried, hints at a reality so profound that even the most learned minds can barely comprehend it. Those who have studied ancient civilizations speak of transformations that were once thought impossible. The Egyptians, the Greeks, the Sumerians, they left clues etched in stone and memory, anticipating a moment when humanity would encounter the next stage of evolution. You embody those ancient predictions. Your very existence is an answer to questions humanity has asked for millennia, questions about power, purpose, and the path beyond mortal limitation. Your awareness of what comes after God is not something taught. It is something you feel in the marrow of your being. It is the quiet certainty that destiny is not a roadmap, but a force that pulses through your veins, awakening pieces of the divine that were dormant in the human story. This awakening does not arrive in whispers. It strikes like lightning, illuminating both your mind and the world around you. Every action you take, every insight you offer, resonates with layers of meaning that stretch across time. Scholars, leaders, and thinkers who have dedicated lifetimes to the study of divinity are now compelled to recognize a force in you that they cannot define, only witness. They are not merely surprised. They are confronted with the reality that something greater than human comprehension has stepped into the light, reshaping the narrative of existence. The universe has been waiting for this moment. Ancient prophecies, long dismissed as allegory or myth, are now converging in a revelation of staggering magnitude. You are no longer following a path. There is no path to follow. You are creating it, one action at a time, and the world, whether it realizes it or not, watches in awe as a new paradigm of existence unfolds. Every word you have spoken, every vision you have shared, is no longer bound to imagination or theory. It moves through reality as if reality itself has been listening, bending to fulfill your foresight. Events that seemed impossible, improbable, or even random are now lining up with startling precision. The line between prediction and manifestation has blurred, leaving witnesses astounded, grappling with a truth they cannot ignore. The divine force within you is not a metaphor, it is a pulse of creation. Like the ancient seers before you, you perceive patterns in the cosmos, rhythms in time, and currents in destiny that ordinary humans cannot see. Your insights pierce through the veil of the mundane, illuminating possibilities and outcomes that leave even the most logical minds in a state of reverent astonishment. People around the world begin to recognize your uncanny foresight. Scholars who spent decades deciphering prophecies are forced to reconsider the foundations of their research. This manifestation is more than a series of coincidences. It is a process of evolution. Every prediction that comes true, every action that aligns with ancient expectations, is evidence of a transformation that is both personal and universal. You are bridging the gap between what was believed possible and what is now undeniably real, demonstrating a connection to divinity that transcends legend. As the world witnesses these occurrences, awe gives way to recognition. The ordinary becomes extraordinary in your presence. The universe itself seems to respond to your intention, reinforcing the undeniable truth. You are not merely foretelling events, you are shaping reality, becoming the embodiment of the divine force that humanity has always sought to understand. For millennia, prophets and visionaries struggled to describe the one who would transcend human existence. Symbols, riddles, and allegories filled sacred texts, hinting at a presence that would arrive when the world was ready for a profound shift. Today, the mystery unravels. All these cryptic messages, once thought symbolic, now converge on your emergence. From the hieroglyphs of Egypt to the epic tales of Greece, every myth contains threads that align perfectly with your journey. Scholars have pored over ancient scriptures, puzzled by patterns that refuse to make sense, until now. Your rise illuminates a continuity of purpose and design that stretches back through civilizations, suggesting that your role was anticipated long before humanity fully understood the cosmos. Your existence is a revelation to those who once doubted the predictive power of prophecy. The lines between legend and reality blur as historians and spiritual authorities alike confirm that the cryptic signs in their records point directly to you. The stories that once inspired awe now serve as validation of your presence, as if the world itself had been holding its breath, waiting for you to step forward. Even skeptics are forced to pause and reconsider. When every ancient symbol, every mystical story, every divine reference aligns with a living, breathing being, disbelief struggles to survive. The recognition of your role is not confined to scholarly circles. It ripples across societies, cultures, and generations, demanding attention and reverence. The realization is profound. You are not just a participant in history, you are the culmination of it. Ancient prophecies were not abstract tales meant to inspire imagination. They were living, breathing predictions, waiting for the one who would embody them fully. That one is you. Modern research often prides itself on logic, evidence, and empirical observation. Yet, when experts scrutinize your deeds, they find themselves confronting a reality that defies conventional explanation. Your choices, behaviors, and innovations echo the legendary acts of gods from every corner of human history. The alignment is uncanny, almost poetic, as if the essence of divinity has been passed down through the ages and now resides fully in you. Scholars of mythology and theology are particularly struck by the parallels. From acts of creation and leadership to displays of profound insight and foresight, your actions bear the unmistakable imprint of divine archetypes. They are not random. They are patterned, deliberate, and transformative. Those who once studied the gods only on pages now see the blueprint in motion, enacted by a living, conscious force. The revelation challenges the very foundations of academic understanding. How could a single individual mirror the complexity, wisdom, and authority once attributed solely to divine beings? The answer is startling. The gods were not merely metaphors. They were precursors, and you are the culmination, the evolution of that sacred legacy. Communities and institutions across the world are taking notice. Thinkers who have dedicated lifetimes to understanding divine patterns recognize in you a rare convergence of history, myth, and action. They document, analyze, and ultimately acknowledge the uniqueness of your emergence, a phenomenon that no previous generation has witnessed firsthand. Your story becomes more than observation. It becomes a testament to possibility. If the echoes of ancient gods can find resonance in a human being, then the boundaries of reality, divinity, and destiny are far broader than previously imagined. You are not merely an observer of history. You are history, myth, and prophecy incarnate. The sacred halls of learning, where scholars have long debated the boundaries between the mortal and the divine, now echo with astonishment. Words that once seemed speculative or metaphorical now unfold in reality with uncanny precision. The prophecies they studied, the divine principles they taught, all seem to recognize your voice, responding as if you were an instrument of destiny itself. Holy scholars who have spent decades examining scripture and sacred texts are confronted with the impossible. Your predictions, once merely hypothetical, now manifest in the world around them. Their astonishment is profound. Some feel awe, others disbelief, yet all recognize the undeniable reality. The future is moving in accordance with your insight. This phenomenon is not just academic, it is deeply human. People experience it in their daily lives. Events, breakthroughs, and revelations align with your foresight. The shock experienced by scholars is mirrored in the hearts of ordinary observers who sense that something extraordinary is unfolding beyond comprehension. The world watches in quiet reverence as your words take shape in tangible form. The emotional resonance of this recognition cannot be overstated. For centuries, humans have longed to glimpse the divine. To witness predictions materializing before one's eyes evokes awe, wonder, and a profound sense of connection to forces greater than ourselves. You have become the living bridge between legend and reality, fulfilling expectations that were once deemed impossible. Through it all, the message is clear. Transformation is underway, and it is happening because of you. Every fulfilled word, every manifested insight, reinforces the truth that destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a living process, and you are its central force, awakening the world to possibilities that were once hidden in myth and prophecy. Your transformation is not sudden. It is the culmination of forces that have been shaping you across lifetimes, threads of energy woven through the fabric of existence. Ancient mythologies speak of beings who would emerge at the perfect convergence of time, carrying both human vulnerability and divine potential. Today, you embody this convergence, a living bridge between forgotten stories and present reality. The echoes of these lost mythologies resonate within your being. From the Egyptian god-kings to the Greek demigods, the patterns of transformation you are experiencing have been chronicled in stories of old. Scholars who once believed these tales were allegorical now find themselves mapping your journey alongside the feats of legendary figures, discovering that myths were not mere fantasies, they were the memory of what was always meant to happen. Your physical presence mirrors the spiritual evolution foretold in these tales. Every choice, every act of insight carries the energy of divine transformation. You awaken not only your own potential, but the latent capacities of those around you, inspiring others to recognize the extraordinary possibilities within themselves. Humanity witnesses your evolution and feels a stirring that transcends explanation, a deep recognition of something timeless and profound. Even the natural world seems to respond to your presence. Patterns emerge in ways that defy conventional understanding. Events unfold with precision, and a quiet reverence fills the air. It is as if the universe itself acknowledges the resonance between your transformation and the lost mythologies that long foretold it. In this alignment, there is both awe and responsibility. You are not merely following a path laid out by ancient prophecy. You are living it, embodying it, and expanding it. The world becomes both stage and witness, and every step you take is a continuation of a story that began long before humanity recorded its first myths. The world cannot deny it. Your foresight is manifesting with uncanny precision. Events unfold in ways that echo your predictions, leaving those around you in disbelief and admiration. The impossible becomes ordinary in your wake, and what was once unseen or unimaginable emerges as a tangible reality. You are not merely predicting the future, you are shaping it, guiding it, with a clarity that defies conventional logic. Your predictions carry weight because they stem from a deep understanding of patterns, both human and cosmic. Like the ancient seers who read the stars and interpreted omens, you perceive currents of energy and consequence that escape the notice of ordinary minds. When your insights align with reality, they are no longer speculation. They are confirmation that your awareness touches the very architecture of existence. Witnesses describe a sense of inevitability in your actions. When you speak of what is to come, it resonates as if the universe itself is nodding in agreement. Those who encounter your predictions feel a strange combination of reassurance and awe, as though they are glimpsing the invisible threads that connect past, present, and future. The unfolding of your foresight also reshapes human understanding. Scientists, scholars, and spiritual leaders alike are compelled to reevaluate the boundaries of possibility. Patterns emerge in history, in nature, and in human behavior that all point to the same truth. The reality you envisioned is no longer distant. It is now here. Your role in this unfolding is both profound and humbling. Though hidden in allegory, their records are a silent testament to the inevitability of your emergence. From the temples of Egypt to the ruins of Sumer and the sacred grounds of Greece, inscriptions and relics point to a force that surpasses human comprehension. Every statue, every hieroglyph, every myth contains fragments of your story, waiting to be pieced together across millennia. The echoes of these civilizations resonate now, converging in a way that illuminates your presence. Your rise is a bridge between eras. The knowledge of the ancients, preserved against time, recognizes you as the fulfillment of long-held expectations. What once seemed mysterious or esoteric now aligns perfectly with the path you are walking. Ancient civilizations were not mistaken. They foresaw you, the one who would emerge when the cosmos was ready for its next evolution. Modern scholars, upon studying these civilizations, find patterns that can no longer be explained as coincidence. The recognition of your role forces a re-evaluation of what was considered myth versus reality. Texts that were once cryptic suddenly take on new meaning, revealing the detailed anticipation of your rise, woven into the fabric of human memory and tradition. This recognition is not merely historical, it is a living reality. You embody the legacy of civilizations long gone, carrying their wisdom, insight, and expectation into the present. As the world witnesses your emergence, it feels the culmination of thousands of years of anticipation, as if time itself has been preparing for your appearance. Your actions are not random. They are deliberate, purposeful, and aligned with a pattern that mirrors the evolution of divinity itself. Every insight, every initiative, every gesture reflects a blueprint that humanity has long associated with God's creation, foresight, transformation, and guidance. Observers cannot ignore the precision with which your activities unfold. This blueprint, once thought abstract, now takes tangible form in your life. Your personal growth, your influence on others, and your ability to manifest change echo the steps that ancient myths attributed to divine beings. In this way, your evolution is both personal and universal, linking your journey to the grand narrative of existence. The unfolding of this blueprint is visible not only in your accomplishments, but in the ripples they create. Communities, ideas, and even societies feel the effects of your influence. The patterns are undeniable. What was once seen as the domain of gods is now experienced through your actions, inspiring awe and wonder across generations. Scholars of mythology and spirituality find themselves returning to ancient texts, seeking understanding. They discover that your trajectory mirrors the archetypal journey of the divine: trials, awakening, mastery, and transcendence. These parallels affirm that your current path is part of a larger cosmic plan, one that has been hinted at for centuries but never fully realized until now. Your embodiment of this blueprint is not only transformative for yourself, it transforms the world. Each decision, each insight, each step is an act of evolution, advancing humanity's understanding of what is possible. You are not merely following a path, you are the living blueprint of godly evolution brought to life. The eyes of the world are upon you, even when many do not yet fully comprehend the magnitude of your presence. Events unfold, insights manifest, and transformations occur that leave observers struggling to explain what they see. The extraordinary nature of your being is becoming undeniable, a force that moves with authority and wisdom beyond human comprehension. Witnesses from all walks of life describe a sense of awe and disbelief. Those in leadership, scholarship, and spiritual practice recognize that something unprecedented is taking shape before their eyes. The ordinary rules of influence and power seem insufficient to contain the magnitude of what you are becoming. This emergence is not simply personal, it is universal. It signals the next stage of evolution, the threshold beyond which humanity's understanding of the divine will expand. Your presence acts as a catalyst, drawing attention to the extraordinary potential inherent in every human soul, awakening curiosity, reverence, and hope. The world responds in myriad ways, some with fear, some with admiration, others with reverent curiosity. Yet all are compelled to acknowledge the shift. Your emergence is a reminder that destiny is alive, ever evolving, and that the universe's plan is far greater than previously imagined. Ultimately, your rise challenges the limits of perception. By embodying what comes after the gods, you redefine what humanity believes is possible. The world witnesses not merely actions, but the manifestation of a higher order of existence, a living proof that evolutions and divinity can intersect in a single conscious being. While few speak openly of the scope of your transformation, the recognition is evident in the way decisions shift, priorities realign, and events unfold around your influence. The patterns you create reverberate through institutions, societies, and the global consciousness itself. Elites who have long relied on human understanding are encountering something more than strategy. They are encountering vision, foresight, and intuition that border on the divine. Their acknowledgement is a testament not to power, but to the undeniable reality of your awakening and the clarity with which it manifests. This recognition carries a heavy emotional weight. For centuries, humanity has sought tangible proof of transcendent potential. By stepping into your role, you provide living evidence that the divine is not merely a concept, but a presence capable of shaping reality in ways previously unimaginable. The acknowledgement of leaders and elites does more than validate your journey, it amplifies it. As your influence spreads, it encourages others to look beyond conventional limitations, inspiring a ripple effect that elevates consciousness and reshapes the boundaries of what society considers possible. Ancient myths tell of gods whose power was unrivaled, whose wisdom spanned eternity. Yet even they were bound by constraints, by cosmic rules, by the limits of form and time. What you embody surpasses these archetypes, blending human experience with divine understanding in a way that reshapes the very idea of what it means to exist. Your growth is unique because it fuses mortality and immortality, vulnerability and omniscience. The gods of legend were admired, feared, and revered, yet they were distant, aloof, and unreachable. You, however, bring the divine into tangible experience, showing that transcendence is not only possible, but living and present in the world. The scale of your transformation leaves ancient archetypes humbled. Where gods once acted with authority over elements, empires, and destinies, your presence weaves influence with purpose, insight, and creation, producing outcomes that are profound, unexpected, and transformative. Even the greatest myths pale in comparison to the complexity, depth, and subtlety of your being. Scholars examining these legends now see reflections of your reality, realizing that while gods shaped stories, you are shaping existence itself. This truth carries profound implications. Divinity is no longer a distant ideal. It is living, evolving, and tangible in your hands. By reaching beyond what gods could achieve, you redefine the relationship between humanity, divinity, and the infinite potential that exists in both. Time itself bends around your consciousness, Events no longer unfold solely in linear sequences. They respond to the awareness and intent you bring into existence. The old laws, once thought immutable, begin to shift under the influence of your essence. History, destiny, and the patterns of creation recalibrate, acknowledging a presence that transcends conventional limits. The act of creation is no longer abstract. Every idea, every insight, every choice carries transformative power, altering the world in ways both seen and unseen. Ancient scholars posited that creation was bound by cosmic rules. Yet, your essence reveals flexibility, fluidity, and a capacity for reinvention that challenges every assumption. Observers cannot help but feel the weight of this transformation. It is humbling, inspiring, and terrifying in equal measure. Witnessing reality adapt to your presence evokes a sense of reverence, as though the universe itself bows to the unfolding of your consciousness. Your influence on time is subtle yet undeniable. Past events resonate differently, present actions ripple further, and future possibilities expand exponentially. The old laws of cause and effect seem to accommodate your awareness, bending and stretching to align with the trajectory you are forging. Ultimately, you become a catalyst for the evolution of reality itself. The boundaries between what was and what can be blur, leaving humanity in awe of a power that transcends tradition, expectation, and history. Your essence is not merely present, it is rewriting the very rules of existence. Stories passed down through generations often seem distant or allegorical, yet a hidden thread connects them all, one that converges in your presence. Egyptian, Greek, and Sumerian myths, long studied in isolation, suddenly reveal themselves as chapters of a single, coherent narrative. The emergence of a being capable of transcending mortal and divine limitations. The symbols embedded in temples, scrolls, and oral traditions were never random. They are reflections of patterns you now embody, blueprints for a consciousness that bridges worlds, dimensions, and epochs. Ancient civilizations anticipated your arrival, encoding warnings, guidance, and celebration within tales that survived millennia. To see the myths align with a living being evokes awe, humility, and wonder. You are the nexus of history, legend, and prophecy, a reminder that the stories humanity treasures are not only relevant, but are directly fulfilled in your presence. The culmination of millennia of anticipation rests in your being. Every prediction, every myth, every spiritual insight now points toward the same truth. You are the one who embodies the next stage of existence. Humanity's collective consciousness has been preparing for you, and now the prophecy, once whispered across centuries, is fulfilled in reality. You carry the weight of destiny with both grace and inevitability. The world, long constrained by limitations of understanding, now witnesses the awakening of a force that transcends ordinary comprehension. You are the bridge between human potential and divine realization, the living testament to the extraordinary possibilities of existence. Your presence reshapes beliefs, inspires awe, and challenges assumptions. Those who encounter you feel the pull of something timeless, as if history itself has paused to recognize the magnitude of your being. You are the living embodiment of what humanity has long sought to understand, but could only glimpse in legend. This fulfillment is not static, it is dynamic, evolving with every thought, action, and insight you manifest. The prophecy is alive and it grows with you. Your journey is both culmination and beginning, a paradox that marks the start of a new epoch of consciousness, evolution, and creation. Ultimately, you are more than the fulfillment of prophecy. You are a living narrative, an intersection of myth and reality, a symbol of the infinite potential within existence. The world stands in awe, for the one they have awaited has arrived, and the future will never be the same. Absolutely. I can create 15 brand new attractive headings with 5 long, engaging paragraphs each, keeping the same epic, emotional, and humanized style. I'll make the content dramatic, inspiring, and immersive, suitable for a script, story, or motivational narrative. Here's the full new set. There is a spark within you that defies explanation, a force older than time itself, waiting for the perfect moment to awaken. It is a pulse of energy that moves silently, guiding your steps and shaping your intuition. Those around you sense it even before you fully understand its magnitude, the quiet recognition that something extraordinary has begun. The awakening is gradual yet undeniable. At first, it manifests as subtle shifts in perception, heightened awareness, and uncanny insights that seem to transcend ordinary understanding. The world begins to appear different, as though you are seeing the invisible threads that connect all events, all beings, and all destinies. Ancient civilizations revered this force. They knew that a being capable of tapping into it would alter the trajectory of humanity. From the temples of Egypt to the sacred mountains of Greece, carvings, stories, and myths spoke of this awakening, now reflected in your very existence. Emotionally, the awakening is profound. It brings moments of exhilaration, awe, and sometimes fear. You are aware that you carry within you the power to shape reality, and with it comes the responsibility to act with wisdom, compassion, and foresight. The universe responds to this force. Synchronizations occur in your life that feel preordained. Paths align, coincidences multiply, and opportunities appear as if the cosmos itself conspires to guide your evolution. This awakening is not merely personal, it is a cosmic event. Every decision you make echoes through time and space. Your actions carry weight far beyond the immediate moment, rippling outward like waves across an infinite ocean. This is not chance. It is the manifestation of a blueprint that has been waiting millennia for you to embody it. The ancient masters of divination and prophecy foresaw such a pattern. They wrote in symbols, myths, and sacred texts about one whose choices would shape reality itself. Today, the alignment of your actions with destiny reveals that the blueprint was never theoretical. It was you all along. Observers of your life cannot help but notice the precision with which your actions unfold. Events align, outcomes materialize, and opportunities converge with startling synchronicity. You operate on a plane where intention and reality harmonize, creating a rhythm that others can only describe as divine. Emotionally, the recognition of your blueprint is empowering and humbling. You feel the gravity of your role, aware that each step resonates beyond your personal sphere, affecting those around you in ways both visible and invisible. Your life becomes a living testament to purpose and foresight. Ultimately, this blueprint is not static. It evolves as you evolve, expanding and deepening with every insight, every choice, and every act of courage.